Bluetooth connected. I don't really got no time. I just wanna fuck all night, yeah. Oh, baby, I need to know. I just been fantasizing every time. Baby, can go to fight, gonna know what it's like, yeah. Oh, baby, I need to know. What's your size? Had to track the fight. Daddy don't throw no curves. Hold up, I'm going wide. We could just start at 10. Then we could go to 5. I don't play with my pen. I mean what I write, yeah. Whoa. I just can't help but be sexual. Tell me you're schedule. I got a lot of new tricks for you, baby. Just saying I'm flexible. I do what they can to get you up. Might just walk up with my makeup on. Either like I need an apron on. Either till I need to change my tone. You can do it to your favorite song. Talk about it to the danger song. You know my nigga be bugging me. I just be wondering if you can fuck with me better. Itching for me like an ugly sweater. Need it in me like a chucking each other. I need to know. Wanna know what it's like. Baby, show me what it's like. I don't really got no tights. I just wanna fuck all night, yeah. Oh, baby, I need to know. I just been fantasizing, and we got a lot of time. Baby, can go to bed, gotta know what it's like, yeah. Oh, baby, I need to know. You're exciting, boy, come find me. Your eyes hold me, girl, come ride me. Fuck that feeling, both us fighting. Could it try? Most likely. Handle the sass, probably give us that panic attack. Sorry if I gave a random erection, probably thinking I'm a telekinetic. Oh, wait, you a fan of the magic? Poof, pussy like an Alakazam. I heard from a friend of a friend that dick was a 10 out of 10. I can't stand it, just one night. Drink with the drink, give me a sip. Tell me what you can, give me the dick. Please slap me, talk me, bite me. Wait, I can take it, give a fuck about what your wife is saying. Wanna know what it's like? Baby, show me what it's like. I don't really got. I wanna fuck all night, yeah. Oh, baby, I need to know. I just been fantasizing, and we got a lot of time. Baby, can go to bed, gotta know what it's like, yeah. Oh, baby, I need to know.
Okay, guys, I listened to a content creator and I approved this message and I thought I would pass it along. Get into it.
Turn this down. Oh. Yeah, I just mainly wanted to come on here and officially I wanted to officially congratulate the J4K sector And for people that don't know what that is, it is Justice for Kanika Jenkins. I know all about it, but I'll let y'all find out on your own. You know, all of the other sectors. Y'all can find out how all that works on your own. But from what I understand, y'all have merged, right? The J4K sector has merged with the Black sector, and the J4K sector has merged with the, and I don't know what sector you call that. I'm assuming it's the sobriety sector, is what I'm assuming. But congratulations. I mean, I'm sure that the J4K sector has been wanting this probably for years. I can only imagine what they're going to do to y'all. I can only imagine what the J4K sector and the people in it are going to do to y'all, all of y'all other people out there. I mean, I know, but I'm going to let y'all find out firsthand for yourself what they're going to do to y'all. But I just want to red ball through this right quick. Actually, there's a better way to do it. Oh, wow. I'm not shocked, though. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at what I see at all, at least. Let me see now. Oh, yeah, I'm not shocked. Wow, y'all pulled out all the stops. Now, is this the tranny sector, too? Has the tranny sector merged with the sobriety sector and the Black sector? And I don't want to leave out the beef sector. I don't want to leave them out because I'm sure that they've had their sights on y'all. And I don't have no problem with any content creators or any subscribers or any watchers or viewers or clickers or doxers or whatever it is that y'all do on here. I don't have a problem with, wow, why did I lose my train of thought? Let me back up. Oh, I don't have a problem with who y'all like. You know, the different content creators, regardless of what sector you're in. I don't have a problem with who you like because odds are they're showing you something different than what Stuck know about. And Stuck gonna let you find out about these people. Stuck gonna let all of y'all find out about these people on your own. Find out how they all get down on your own. But I'm just looking. Oh yeah, they have officially merged. So is it the tranny sector, the J4K sector, the beef sector, the Black sector, and you can't leave out the Mo 3 sector because I think all that's part of it. You know what I mean? I know how they feel about certain demographics of people. I know different things that are some of the most disgusting things that I personally have ever heard of. You know, homicides, things of that nature. All I can say is tell your family members, your friends. Now, this is the only advice I have. Tell anybody you know on social media, don't accept any new friends because they're gonna try to squirm their way in there some kind of way to find out your life and your kids' life, your job, your social security number. They're gonna be calling your jobs, trying to get you fired. I mean, I'm just gonna let y'all find out. There's a whole slew of things that they do. A whole slew of them. Are they going to succeed at some of them? I would have to say yes. They've already succeeded. They've already succeeded. For anybody that roll with Stuck, it might not be but 1, 2, or 3 people You know, I saw this coming. You know, when levels of desperation hit so high, you'll do anything for a hit. You know, anything for, I'm assuming, a hit of crack or a shot of heroin. I don't know how this all set up. Fentanyl, whatever it is that I don't know how, I don't know nothing about that stuff. But I don't know. I mean, personally, I think y'all will fit in very, very fine over there. I don't take any issue with it. I just want to say congratulations. I really do. I find it kind of odd that, you know, I will say this. I find it kind of odd that there's somebody up there, but yet, you know, they are a snake too. Stuck knows it for a fact. Stuck would never speak on it. Stuck would never speak on it. But to me, this puts the nail in the coffin. See, Stuck was played. Folks was in Stuck email, sending Stuck stuff about people. Personal information about it. I never used it. I never even asked for it. And yet, you know, when they see the person, oh, hey. And I'm like, well, wow, I wonder, do they know what you sent me about them? That's how they get down. That's why I don't mess with none of them over here in this sector. I don't mess with the black sector. I just watch the beef sector occasionally. I haven't really been watching that lately because after a while, I just have to give my mind a break off of all of it. You know, it's a bad psyche that you end up developing. You know, so I just always have to step away from it occasionally, especially now here lately. I'm like, I just really don't even want to, you know, really listen to a lot of it. You know, I don't watch most of the people. So why? You know what I mean? But it's just my own personal choice. That's why, you know, I would be a hypocrite if I come up on here and say, hey, you know, don't like this person or don't like that person. Odds are, I can tell you one thing, odds are, whoever it is that you like has tried to do all kind of folk shit to Stuck. I can guarantee you that. Either in front of the camera or behind the camera. I can guarantee you that. Whoever it is, whoever these new people are from the J4K sector, I can guarantee you each and every single one of them has tried to pull some fuck shit over on Stuck. And I've been over here with them. I had to learn these things. I'm going to let y'all find out for yourself how they get down. My advice is lock your social media accounts, have conversations with people that you know who know information about you because they're going to try to get your information, probably your job, you know, where you work, where you live, your address, your full name, your social security number, your phone number, your social media accounts, your kids' social media accounts. Your baby daddy, your baby mama, they daddy, your brothers, your sisters. I think there's a way you can go in and try to protect some of that stuff. I think there's a price that you pay for it. I don't know how much it costs. I heard somebody else say that they have attempted to do that. I'm not sure if they said that before they got the firearm or after they got the firearm to protect themselves from these people. I know they were sent holsters. I know that because I saw it. They were gifted at least 2 holsters to hold their firearm. And they got licensed. So they're licensed to carry. But of course, this is someone that wanted to be accepted by these people so bad, they just made their life an open book. Look, here I am, here's my picture, here's my full name. And in fact, I guess they're still suffering the repercussions of that. And that was probably done 5 or 6 years ago before I ever even heard of them. But I do know that they have a license to carry because they came on here and showed it. So I just want to say congratulations to whoever and whatever comes along with that. Whatever comes along with it. I've never, you know what, I have tried my best not to, wherever I go, I want no record of any of them. You don't see me going in nobody's channel, under nobody's comments, in nobody's chat, making any reference to any of these people. I don't even share anything that has a reference to them. Done that for years. It was my gut instinct, and as it turns out, I was right. It's called discernment. Now, what are they after with you all? If I had to guess, they want clicks, views, your subs, but then they want people's life and their livelihood too. Certain individuals will be targeted. Matter of fact, I can guarantee you, it ain't no will be. You already been targeted well before 2023. May they sop you up with a biscuit. Because that's exactly what they're going to do with you. Now, that could be a good thing. You know, some people like to play with fire. Some people like to play in danger.
Yeah, look at it.
I let the universe deal with these folks. And as it turns out, it's working its magic. Look what they're doing now. Now, heads will roll. The smart people is going to double down and sop their ass up. Because I can guarantee you, they are trying to set you up in whatever way they can. They're opportunistic and they're very exploitative. And they will sell your life to the next person. Cheap. Cheap. Be wary of people trying to love bomb you. Like, oh, I just love you, and over and over and over and over, and I want to share you out. I just love you, and I don't know nothing about you. You never seen me before. Well, now, if I had to guess, now they're going to start dropping in under their real accounts now. But believe me, they've already cased the place under their fake accounts. I've seen them in action. When I try to get away from them, they follow me. And then expect me to feel some kind of way because they saw me somewhere and, oh, I think I'm going to share now where stuff was. I've always said, drop down under there, wherever it is, under your real account, and then let people find out about your life. Let people find out about all this disgusting shit that is your life. It's your real life. I know about it. I don't ever repeat it disgusting. I said, over here, y'all ain't got the nerve. I try my hardest not to have no kind of record of nothing what got to do with none of y'all. If I share something, if y'all name mention in it, I don't share it. If you're in the chat, I don't share it. Now you'll probably drop up under the comment, right? That's your last chance to be seen. But I hope they all see you, all of you. I hope they find out all of your dirty secrets, what you don't want nobody to know. I mean, tell the real deal. Talk about the actual homicides. Talk about those. And spin a narrative over it. Because if you ain't talking about the homicides, then you ain't talking about nothing. Talk about the part that select individuals of y'all have played in reference to stuff like that. Talk about the many of you that won't dare utter a word about it. Talk about the dead animals. Talk about that kind of stuff.
Or likely in a clinical.
Now, if I see you somewhere, I will very subtly let whoever it is know. Oh. Wow. You got new visitors.
Setting, meaning in a clinical setting where clinically they have been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, 50 to 75% are men, and the other percentage is females. So you'll see it a lot more, it's more prevalent in men than it is in women. However, as you guys are coming on these YouTube channels, and we are finding from those of you that are talking to us about, especially the kings that are coming out, is that females are narcissists as well. We have female narcissists as well. They are, a lot of them are very devious, all of them are devious, but they could be very vicious, very petty, over dramatic, use their femininity, as an advantage point. And so now you know that narcissist, has no boundaries. They have no boundaries. And for those of you, I did a video before, that they could care less whether they cross over sexuality lines. If they are, heterosexual or proclaim to be heterosexual, a lot of them will cross over into a homosexual relationship or lesbian relationship, all because they want fuel. So you're doing a lot of damage, or they're doing a lot of damage, especially in having people believe you're one thing and you're not. And I read a comment by Red. She said Shapeshifters. And so remember, when you have connected with these individuals, and today I wanted to talk, I didn't even tell you what I want to talk about today, huh? Today I want to talk about what is it they hate about you so much, what they despise about you. And one of the things that I was reading one of the comments, and I went and looked it up because I know what it is, but I wanted to include it in what you're dealing with when you're dealing with this narcissist. And these narcissists move from supply to supply. It's almost like they're transients. They're just transients. They just have this wandering spirit in them, and they move from person to person to person to get supply to fuel them. I mean, they get supply to get fuel to fuel them in any way they can. So you have the primary and the secondary and the tertiary. Well, the third one, the third supply, and they move from person to person, and they're vampires. They're modern day vampires. They're not vampires like you see on movies where it's all dramatical and theatrical makeup, where they got the fangs and everything. No, they are soul hunters that suck the life out of your soul. They suck the life out of you, and you literally take upon. Remember the skeleton key. We were talking about the skeleton key. Go watch the skeleton key. That is a good example of an individual, a narcissistic in the way that they maneuver. And even a shapeshifter, here on Merriam-Webster, it says that the definition of shapeshifter is one that seems to be able to form, one one that seems able to change form or identity at will, especially a mythical figure that can assume different forms, such as animals. You see them turn into werewolves and crows and all that. Those are shapeshifters. But you're dealing with a modern day shapeshifter, a person that looks at their supply and then mirrors them and takes the shape of that, or shifts shape and their mentality and the language of that individual that they're connecting with. And so that's why many of them will study you. They study you in order to pick up on your language, pick up on your lifestyle, pick up on your profession, pick up on your friends. They see something of value in you. And the thing that they see of value in you is the very thing that they despise, because they cannot shapeshift into. I think there are movies where you see people turning into glasses of water. You guys remember Wonder Twins, from the Wonder Twins back in the I don't know what year it was, that long time ago, where you see the Wonder Twin power activate into a pail of water, into an eagle, but they shape-shifted. They changed into different things. And that's the same way that a narcissist, a modern day narcissist is. They shapeshift, but they just turn into the specimen that they're looking at. They look at the supply that they want, and they begin to, it's almost like they begin to take form of what they do. They take form of the personality and the character of the person, of the prey that they're watching. That's why a lot of narcissists, like the greater narcissists, they take their time in studying you. They study you on social media. They study you in your pictures. What is it that you like? Where do you hang out with? What is your language? What group of people do you hang around? What is your profession? What is your passion? What is your language? How do you act? How do you conduct yourself? What type of individual you are? Because they need to pick up on subtle cues that you don't realize that you're giving. Certain subtle cues. That's why a lot of people that are, online coaches, a lot of the coaches that are doing YouTube videos and channels, they become prime targets. They become prime targets for narcissists, because the narcissist watches just like you guys are watching, and they watch our language. They watch how we talk. They watch what we're passionate about. They watch to see how we dress. They watch to see what the audience is like. How do we cater to the audience? And they're able to blend in with the audience to actually talk to us, to respond to us, and that's why I tell you guys, even on these YouTube channels, social media, a lot of the people that you are interacting with and are exchanging information back and forth with, and even that communicate with the coaches that are online, they're not all survivors. A lot of the ones that you're talking to are actually narcissists. Usually when I catch them, I delete them, but a lot of times, I'm not really focused on that. I'll focus on the language. I'll watch and see what is being said, and I pay attention, so I do monitor that. And I have TMG. She also monitors for me. She let me know what she sees, and then I go look. And so my goal is to safeguard you guys while you are on YouTube. However, obviously, I don't know you personally, so I can't, when I'm off camera, or when I'm not on live, I can't monitor your life. So you got to be careful when these people are wanting to reach out and connect with you. Do not connect with everybody on YouTube. I don't care what they sound like when they're talking. That's how they pull you in. And remember, you got shapeshifters. You got those that watch you and they mirror you. They listen to how you talk. They listen to what you do. And especially like videos like these, they'll go replay them to pick up on the language, to pick up on the body language, to pick up on the hand movements, to pick up on the lifestyle. They'll go look and research on Google. They Google you. Some of them will spend money on doing background checks. The background checks they have on YouTube, not YouTube, but on Google. You can do these background checks to find out where these people have lived. What was their careers like? What was their job references? Who are they connected to? They go look at the people that you are connected to. So this is how much work they put into getting that supply, or locking into that supply. Because once they've locked into a prey, they'll do anything to pursue that prey. Some of them are very careful because they know that that whoever they're targeting can cause depending on who they are, can cause a major narcissistic injury, and expose them especially. And so you got to remember that with a narcissist, the thing that you think they love so much about you is the very thing that they despise later on. So they look at you and they look at the qualities that you have. The friends, you are a nice person, you are a popular person, you are the life coaches, you have people, different things in life that you do, nurses or homemakers or mothers and fathers, any place, pastors and deacons and deaconesses and bishops and priests, and they watch to see what influence you have, and they desire that. They're so jealous over that because that is what they want and they can never have. The only thing they can ever do is mimic and mirror your attributes. They mimic and mirror your strength and your power. And they present themselves to you, but they're presenting you to yourself because they've studied you. So by the time they show up, they've studied you for a while. They don't just accidentally show up. They don't just accidentally appear. They've studied you. And they put out those little feelers to see where you are, how you're going to respond to the comments. What are you going to say? How are you going to encourage? What are you going to do? They put out these little feelers to see how you're going to respond. You got some of those narcissists that are ugly, and I mean, let's keep it real. Some of them look like straight mud ducks, Shrek, whomever, an opossum, when they grin, they look just like an opossum, but they'll put out, but their charms, those charms and that personality, it just woos you where, later on when you break away and you're around your friends, you're like, girl, I don't even know what I was thinking. Has he always looked like that? Or has she always looked like that? And your friend's like, oh, yes, they've always looked like that. And you're like, no, because they look so beautiful. No, because it was that fog, that illusion that they, that like a skunk, they sprayed you. You can't, your sense of smell is off, or your sense of, you are so, mesmerized by their charms and how sweet they are and how wonderful they make you feel and how pretty you feel when you get around them, that you look beyond then you start making up excuses. Well, it's not all about the looks, it's an intelligent individual. I'm tired of going after it. No, they're ugly. You knew they were ugly. You're just trying to play it down. Your friends are telling you that individual. She looked like the Wicked Witch of the West. Okay, well, the Wicked Witch of the West on certain movies was cute, but that Fiona, she looked like Fiona. My favorite movie, Shrek. So she looked like Fiona when you met her. And then your boys are trying to tell you, like, you do know, and you're like, no, because she's got a good heart, or he's got a good heart, just good, great personality. They were telling you, and you're trying to play it down. Now you want to fight. You become a flying monkey before you become a source of supply. But it's like this blinding, this blinders are over your eyes, and you can't see the truth. You don't see the truth anymore. You don't see the reality of what's going on. But what they do is that there are things about you that they admire. They want that education. They don't really want the education. They want the status that comes with that education. They want the status that comes with, your friends. You're a happy-go-lucky person, or you just have this great personality. You have friends and the support system. They don't have any of that. Everything that they get it by force. They steal it. They take it. They force people into doing it. It's not a natural thing like it is for you. And then they're trying to mimic you, but they can only mimic and mock you because it's not true. It's not genuine. And so when something is not true or something is not genuine, you just don't do it anymore. That's why diets fail, because really you have to have a change of lifestyle, not just a change of eating to lose a certain amount of weight, because when you lose a certain amount of weight, those habits are still there. So you have to have a lifestyle change, and before you can lose weight, you got to change the way you think about food. You have to change, why am I eating like this? What triggers me to overeat? What caused me to get obese? So it's a lot of thinking involved before you actually change your eating habits. And so the same with a narcissist, they look at where you are, they can care less how you got there. They don't care about the hard work that if they don't care about the hard work, they don't care about, the effort that you put forth, the education, the time you spend, the amount of money you've invested in yourself to get to where you are. They just want that. They want the end results. They want that right there. That's why a lot of women, or even a lot of men, when they look at, another person's spouse, now what I'm talking about, we're not talking about narcissists, but they look at, someone else's spouse, maybe it could be a narcissist, but they look at another person's spouse and like, wow, I wish I had that. You don't know what that takes to keep. You don't know what that takes to keep their mind. You don't know what it takes for them to keep their sanity. You don't know what they go through behind closed doors, because what you see out in the open is not always what it is behind. See, the grass is greener on the other side. You get to the other side, find out you got astroturf. That's why a lot of people that left good relationship, they get with a narc, because the narc has created this illusion and created this, it's that bait and switch, has created this image of, that's just like with cigarettes. Why I know it's got to be a sexy woman laying across the car smoking a cigarette. They didn't show you the ugly lungs. They didn't show you when the person got cancer and they started losing their hair or they're losing their teeth. They didn't show you all that. Put one of them people on the hood of a car, one that has a hole in their neck that talks about, hey, and it doesn't have a voice box anymore. Put one of them on the hood of the car with a cigarette. I bet you won't buy the cigarettes then. It's all about advertisement. That's the same way about a narcissist. It's all about advertisement. It's all about pulling you in to their world, not them coming into your world. They're pulling you into their world, but they're going to mimic and mirror you. And so As soon as they find out that you're human and they cannot see, they project their ugliness on you to make you think that you are just as flawed as they say they are. They take all your attributes. They take all those things that are valuable, that are good, that are beautiful, the love, the smile, the laughter, the beauty. They take all that upon themselves, and then they transfer that. They project that ugliness on you to make you think, you looking at them like it make you think they look like Fiona, or they look like, Fire Marshal Bill off of Color, in Living Color. You guys remember that show back in the day? But they project that on you, so you think that you look like that. You don't see the real you in the mirror anymore. You don't see all the wonderful things about yourself. But that was what they were after, and because they realized they can never get it, then they start to destroy that very thing and project, their ugliness on you. So you take upon how they feel about themselves, and they take upon how you really are, and it's not real. And so what they despise the most about you, especially those of you that have gotten out of the relationship, what they despise the most is that you got this thing called bounce back. Is you got this thing called resiliency. Is you got this thing called I'm going to get myself together and I'm going to prosper. I'm going to ignore. They hate to be ignored. They hate to be no contacted. They hate for you to find them irrelevant because their whole life stems around finding, making sure that people find the value in them, being seen. It's all about me. If I'm not the one making you laugh, then the joke is stupid. If I'm not the one getting the compliment for the outfit that you were wearing and I got the outfit on, well, it doesn't fit you the same way it fits her, or it doesn't look right on you than it does on him, then they're going to attack you. Now they're going to attack you. It's almost like, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? If you really look at the narcissist, you're dealing with this little child that never grew up. You're dealing with this individual that never grew up. And the things that they do at the level of an adult is the stuff that little kids do. No, my dad is bigger than yours. No, my mom is prettier than yours. My mom is a nurse, so my dad is an astronaut. I'm going to have that car one day. No, you're not. I'm going to have a car better than you. Everything that they do is about competition. I did a video on that competition. If you go get a degree, they got to go get 18 degrees. If I think someone said if they're sick, they're going to be, if you're sick, they're going to be sicker. If you got sickle cell, then daggone it, they have no blood cells whatsoever. They don't have blood cells. If you have a headache, they have no head. They've got to be so dramatic, and they have to outdo you. Someone has HIV. Well, I got the something. I don't even know. I like to laugh at my own self. I couldn't even think of a word. I was on a roll right then. But and those that have HIV, it doesn't mean you're gonna die. It means you have attained something, and there are treatment out there for it. But I mean, even something that's serious, they'll take that and they'll take the focus off of that, just to focus on that. Well, my hair follicles are breaking. What does that have to do with HIV? What does that have to do with cancer? Do you understand that this is a serious life-changing matter? It doesn't matter, but it's all about you. It's all about you and your problems. You're always thinking about yourself. And most of you guys, the very thing you say is like, this is unbelievable. I cannot believe this. Well, you're dealing with a narcissist. And remember, everything that they thought was so wonderful because they thought, literally, they thought they were going to steal those attributes. How do you steal a person's attributes? You can mimic it and you can mock it, but you can never duplicate an original. Now, that sounded good. You can mimic, you can mirror, and you can mock, but you can never duplicate an original. You are an original. They would never be able to duplicate an original, ever. They can pretend to be you, they can act like you, they can talk like you, and usually when they get into a new relationship with a new supply, they take all these attributes from all these people and they create this monster, and they go into this new relationship with all these attributes from different people, and they present this, to include the mirror image of that individual. They have, it's like the bone collector. They just collect all these, they got all this hanging around their neck, all these bones from different people hanging around, and it's just rattling, just rattling, but they collected all this from all these individuals, and they left these individuals depleted, looking like the crypt keeper, dried up, sick. They feel like they have the, slowly aging. I think someone asked about the slowly aging. You've got to get up and you got to do it again. You got to take this experience and safeguard yourself. You got to get this experience. I mean, you have to take this experience and make something happen. A lot of you guys were asking about my story, and usually I don't come on and talk about my story. I did on live on Sunday. I had several people ask me about my story, and so I gave part of my story. And then I showed you that if I went through what I went through, and some of it is not even as bad as you guys went through, but if I went through what I went through and I took that and I'm teaching you guys, I'm educating, I look at it as, the devil let me look into his court. The devil let me see how they play in the street. I've learned some stuff that nobody else knows about. That's how you look at it. You let me into your world. And when you let me into your world, you let me see how you function. And you know what? I'm going to escape. And now I'm going to take all this information and use it against you. That's how you have to see the enemy. And when I say the enemy, I mean this person that has shape-shifted and ruined your life, has attacked your mind, has attacked your soul, has attacked your family, everything about you, your finances, they have attacked everything. Look at it as you've allowed me to peek into your world. And now that I've peeked into your world and I've escaped from it, now I'm going to tell people about this insidious being. I'm going to tell people about this world that I look into to make people more aware. And a lot of you guys have stories, especially the men. We need to hear from the men. You guys need to be writing books to let people know that it's not just the women that have been through this. And so I'm telling you guys, this could be the greatest change in your life. The hardest part is getting beyond the emotional hurt and the emotional damage, the emotional pain. Get into good counseling. And remember what I told you before. I put this disclaimer out there. If you have children or you are married, you can't just jump up and run. Different states have different laws. There are agencies like the YWCA and like domestic violence agencies that help those. And I know a lot of you are dealing with the physical abuse, but the mental abuse. But they also assist you with relocating, changing your identity, safeguarding you. They do have like the YWCA here. They are connected to the legal system to assist you with your escape. Get it documented so you can move on and get healing. But those of you with children, you can't just jump up and run, because they can say in certain states, they can say you got up and you kidnapped your children, especially if you don't have any proof or you never kept record or people can't vouch for you as to why you're running. They fight you in the legal system. They fight you in the courtroom. They fight you and they smear your name. They've smeared your name to their friends. They have taken their story at what they have done to you, and with the new supplies and the flying monkeys and to their friends, they've taken that story and flipped it around and make it seem like it was you. But what I tell you guys is don't react, respond. And for some things, a response is not required. You don't have to defend yourself. You know you. A person that's constantly having to defend themselves makes me wonder, like, why you keep defending yourself? And a lot of times it's because of the fact that all your life you had to defend yourself. All your life you had to fight. Go purple, y'all. But all your life you had to defend yourself. All your life you had to explain yourself. And some of you explain. You are free. For those of you that are out in the relationship, you are free. Find good legal advice, legal assistance, support groups. Find a good counselor that understands narcissism